arena on top of it. The egg has to be. No, if you put it on the other side, no one can get to it as well. It's very difficult to play against it. And
it's really nice against Pango as well, because Pango can't hit egg during Rolling Thunder, of course, and it allows you to sort of control an area, whereas typically, how many times have we seen Pango start rolling up and just sort of chase away people like a bowling ball?
Yeah.
And these two heroes do nothing to Phoenix too. I'm surprised Virtus.pro let them have it, and they don't answer it so far at all. But we'll see. Weaver. Alright. This is a hero that actually deals with the egg, is fast enough to get to the placement of the egg, and has that bonus attack speed plus the Gemnet attack too.
And it's still open. And I like when Rezo plays the Weaver. We've talked about this, but I think VP is doing better when they shade Rezo towards a 2. Instead of like Zai, who typically would shade more towards like a 4. But it also is a less greedy 1 position. So no matter who's playing it for VP, I kind of like it.
My thirst for knowledge cannot be quenched.
That's a Taiga Rubik.
Yeah, Taiga definitely Rubik.
Into Weaver, it's not bad.
If you're Liquid and you're picking this Phoenix, even though most teams would play it as 4, they play it as 5. And it's my personal preference too. I like the Phoenix on 5. I don't think the hero necessarily needs...
you don't need items. All the items you'd buy are what's good for your team. And you'd rather... I think if you can get away with it, it's better as a 5.
So far where we're sat, it seems a bit more like you're scared for VP and the fact that the Mars and Phoenix are in there.
It looks... so this Liquid's lineup, you see these heroes and you know exactly what they're aiming for, what they're going to be doing. On the side of Virtus.pro, they're more on a reactive side so far, and the Pango plus Weaver, I'm not quite sure how they will lane those. They can pretty much be anywhere at the moment.
You just need Liquid's got to be looking for BKB cores at this point. Bloodseeker has such insane matchups right now. It's a pretty decent Slark game, but I think DK or Bloodseeker just make the most sense based on what you're seeing. And Virtus.pro now, this is a pretty key pick, because as you said, they're missing a lot of components of this draft right now. You don't have a natural frontliner, you're kind of low on stuns, don't have an initiator, don't have a tower hitter. So you could also go for something like a DK, because you want some beef in this draft. Kunkka always a possibility as well, when you've got no one on the squad.
They've been very sacrificial with no one so far in the tournament, right? He's been the one that pretty much is creating space constantly. Besides that one, this makes the Bloodseeker even more valuable.
This is like
I'm worried
the best
though.
Bloodseeker game
It's
I've
the
ever
best
seen.
Bloodseeker game, but I've seen the exact same draft recently in the Pushka League, and the Bloodseeker just fell off. Your general idea is Slark can't use his ultimate, right? If he's low, you will always see him. You have Rupture versus Pango, you have Rupture versus Weaver, but as Bloodseeker, you don't scale as well as the Slark, and eventually he takes over the game.
You can't rupture all 3 of these heroes.
And you can rupture everyone.
Problem.
Only so much you can do with them.
I am the void and the spirit.
Okay. Some solid hunting potential. I haven't really seen Liquid play too much Void Spirit. I think it's typically a Mickey's hero. But I'm not super sold. I imagine you just go for like this Deso build. Maybe Blade Mail or Yules in between. Could buy Vessel, although it's not super necessary in this game so far.
What about Aghanims in this game on the
solid
Void Spirits? It's very solid. That AoE silence versus all of these heroes is...
I'm still not really sure how to value Void Spirit. Like, I know what an Ember does. I see, like, the natural timings, but Void Spirit's just kind of weird.
It's the same. I look at it the same, like his twin brother. That's it. Like when it comes to how they come online and what they do in the game, they give you that reach, the execution in the backlines. You can build that vessel if you want to. If not, the Aghanims is a build Desolator too. So very similar. Lone Druid banned out by Virtus.pro. I was thinking that they might even let it go through because they have some heroes that are pretty good versus that bear. Even dealing with the Grimstroke is difficult, yet alone with Weaver and all his bugs. Like historically, this hero has been one of the counters to go for versus Lone Druid. Slark also can be problematic.
VP ban out the Lone anyway. I'm not surprised. It's Liquid. You don't want to give them that last pick, just straight up win condition. I would fear... Because I've really never seen Liquid play a draft with this little tower pressure. Like, this is just really unconventional from them. So I'm trying to think, like, Lycan isn't great here, but it's a possibility.
Brood is in the pool still.
Yeah,
if they want to cheese it once again. I mean, it is Liquid after all.
I don't see that perfect pick for them like I normally do. And you could
Alchemist,
play it safe.
maybe?
Yeah, you could, but I think it's more likely they go over something standard like a DK. But I'm just
This
worried
Queen of
about
Pain
that
tells
kind
you
of
that
draft.
it's not going to be a DK though, right? Unless they will safe lane it and put Void Spirit on the mid lane, then that ban kind of makes sense.
Would they? You couldn't Timber here.
Maybe Razor because of the Queen of Pain ban.
Not in the Slark.
Yeah.
And it's different. I don't know if I'd say they're out of their comfort zone, but they've got Phoenix Mars, so your team fight's going to be solid. It's just a question of whether they want to optimize for their late game scaling, or do you want something that can push the tempo?
Can you get
20,
a
25 minutes in?
PL or something like that? Some illusion-based hero versus the Slark. They actually tried that in the game before. They go with the tempo. Yeah, they go with the tempo. I like
it just
this.
fits. Like Liquid, I've known Insania for a long, long time, and one of the big principles that we've all brought over from Han was this idea: you have to be able to kill structures. If you can't kill towers, it goes back to the bulb principle of how many fights do you need to win the game. Well, now that you have a Lycan, not very many, and standard VP, Monkey King.
In the last series, they actually took that bait and went for PL was banned out, and then they go for the Naga versus the Slark, but they never come online pretty much. And with Lycan, you come online much, much sooner, and you have ways of taking down structures, taking objectives alone or together with your team. The Monkey King, however, from VP, we have seen it yesterday, it crushed pretty much. This time around.
Oh god, it's mid Void Spirit versus Monkey. This is pretty no one favorite, and I could see him smashing this lane. Liquid have this window until 20-25 minutes where they should be able to just dominate team fights. You'll have like this Necro 3 like in 15 minutes in. You can eat towers, eat Roche, and go for the win. But VP, specifically with BKB Monkey King, or even just like Echo Deso, like if you take a fight in the Wukong, you're in big trouble. And the Weaver Ag is also a huge item spike. Like it's really Liquid on the clock here if they want to take the win.
I completely agree as well. I think Virtus.pro, they have ways of dealing with Liquid a little bit later on. You have multiple heroes to deal with Yeg, both the Slark and the Weaver. Team Liquid's team fight, however, does look scary still. No matter what you say, it's still the arena with the Phoenix, and there's a reason why this combo is almost undefeated in the Pushka League.
So which way are you two going? And let me know.
This is hard to say. It's going to be lanes for me. I think I'm looking mid mostly, and if I see no one with like more than a 65% win in mid, I'd lean VP. But I think that's what's necessary to get him activated, because he'll just straight up get dove otherwise, and I'm really concerned about the survivability. You have no real save until Weaver eggs.
Okay, so you're more towards VP by percentage.
I'm gonna go Liquid, I think.
Okay, he's going back to Liquid.
I was gonna go okay, I'll go Virtus.pro, whatever, just to contradict him. Why not? Let's see it.
Lizard just wants to be the opposite.
Let's just have a
you want a split panel the whole way.
I actually wanted to go for Liquid as well. I see their draft just working out, and I see how in comfort zone they are, but Virtus.pro, let's go. They can take it.
All right, well, whether it's actually what you think or not, Lizard, we're going to go to our commentators and get into game one in this rematch between Virtus.pro and Team Liquid. Toby and Lacoste, it's your time to shine.
Thank you very much, and shine we shall. Lacoste, with your knowledge, and shall be ever illuminating. Shine pun. We're already into it. That joke number one. We're 10 seconds.
Very deep. Very nice of you, Toby. Yeah, I'm afraid that they don't have enough for Void Spirit. Like, Virtus.pro's lineup, team fight, Wukong's command, Pangalier's ulti. But these heroes are very squishy. If you run at them, like, they run. They can't stand the ground and fight. Like, the only one who can stand the ground is Monkey King and his ult. The other heroes don't really, can match farmed Lycan. And they have no real answer for Void Spirit. The only silence that they have is like Grimstroke Phantom's Embrace stun from Monkey King. I don't think that's enough. And I know Mika plays a very good Void Spirit. Like, he tends to be aggressive early on.
Focused on. Like the panel was talking about the combination with Mars and Phoenix, like how this is such a huge combination. But if they also have issues with the Void Spirit, it could, steal a very rough game. Like, also the Wolf Micro coming in from Lycan. He's making sure he can actually deny up some of the runes. So, in fact, they're going to get both. They're going to get 3 bounty runes, and they denied the 4th, Team Liquid. That's great awareness of the map.
0.
Pretty much.
you know, they're just showing their dominance. We don't need the forward bounty. We can deny that one. You still don't get anything out from it. So it's going to be a resolution on Pangolier. Zayat's position 4 Weaver. I really like Weaver as position 3 or 4, even though she can be played as a carry. But I don't think this lane is going to go too well for them. There is a lot of like chip damage harassment going on from Virtus.pro. You know, like a ton of regen. He's going to be farming near his tower. So that's going to be extra 1 regen coming even from the tower. I just want to watch the mid matchup. Like how much farm can Mika get in this one. I also want to see an earlier point in the simulate to be able to jump out of Jingu's mastery so he does not get the full stack. So far, no one doing extremely well. 8-1 against 4 and 0.
I love how he actually uses Mischief as like no way to pulse him either. There's a little bit of styling in the mid lane for no one. And the top lane's gone pretty well for Solo. He's actually gotten like 2 double hits on his Stroke of Fate. Heavy damage into Boxy and Tiger. There's only 2 tangos, and they're both on Tiger. They're trying to bring in more consumables to this top lane.
That's why you want to get Stroke of Fate level 1 pretty much always. For the Grim Stroke, that spell secures the range creep, which he just did. Like, he's getting the farm from it. They can't deny it. And the slow is extremely well. Alright, so here's the full combo. Well,
Yeah.
full combo
And
on
then-
who?
On Slark, as well as Boxy. He can go both ways. ILTW's up in the trees. The Tango's giving him some regeneration. He needs a little bit more time before he'll have to pounce up into the trees, and he keeps on going. Tiger found him, but needs more damage to get the kill. So Solo can give ILTW the salve.
Sadly, Tiger was only level 1 there, so no lift available.
He probably should guarantee kill if he had it. And now it's time for the next salve to come up. So Boxy will get all of his life back at least. Unless Grimstroke can hit the perfect... Actually, no, he doesn't have... He has nowhere near enough mana. Spend his money on a stick, so no mango is no instant regen.
Yeah, Solo will need to bring a lot of regen to this lane for himself, for mana sustain, and for Slark as well. Slark is getting harassed a lot, doesn't have a single tango left. He's bringing 6 tangos now on the courier. The problem we didn't address is Mars getting nerfed really hard, like mana cost from 100 to 110 to 140 on level 4. Like, I think we already talked about this one a couple of days ago. You need to be level 10 if you don't buy any mana items to have a full combo. Which is pretty sad.
That definitely makes life hard. Should at least be happy that Solo didn't hit both Tiger and Boxy with that Stroke of Fate. The very big sack that's ready to be contested. Oh, ILTW. He went for the quick jump. Boxy has to stand his ground for the moment. No Inkswell from Grimstroke, however. Solo could have looked for the secondary stun, but I suppose it's a little hard next to a Rubik lift to get that off.
Boxy needs mana. He has a magic wand, but needs to be able to cast the spear if they start to play aggressive, so you can always spear Slark back. Mid lane, 27-8 against 18-0 on Void Spirit. Man, no one is really dumpstering this lane.
Feels like that 60%, 65% the car was asking for. And no one, yeah, just build up the stack, slap him down, and keep the pressure on. They already got flying out. So the boots have arrived. And Mickey not really feeling the same kind of strength. He's actually looking to try and get a bottle, and we're 4.5 minutes in. The net worth, the net worth's actually about 600, the difference between the two of them. Bottom lane, a little bit of trouble for Resolution. Trying to dodge these Fire Spirits. He doesn't have extra life. He'll tick out from this. The Wolves are staying on top of him as well, and that'll be the first blood going the way of Liquid. Zayek was already forced to TP all the way home. Boxy up on the top lane also will end up dodging the Stroke of Fate. It should have been enough damage to get the kill. And Tiger wants to go for a little bit more, but the pounce away from ILTW will give him that ability to survive. And now you look for the next set of bounty runes. And it's going to be a 3-for-1 trade-off.
At least they get one this time. Yep. For Virtus.pro.
There's my optimist.
Yeah, they couldn't achieve much on the bottom lane. As I said, it's a chip damage. Weaver is gonna get the courier. Pretty easy to snipe it with Geminated attack. I'm also afraid that Slark is not getting any like solo XP. Now solo is staying away. Like you want to give him experience in the lane so he gets that level 6 fast enough.
Mm-hmm. You know, I love how Boxy is baiting out the stroke. He doesn't have any information.
This is a big rotation from Virtus.pro. Monkey King coming out. Void just hit level 5.
With the bounce down, he's going to hit perfectly on top of Koifa. Hits the bounce, goes for the next Thunder. Insane is too far away. The boundless strike. I thought maybe the control time would be a little bit better, but obviously not. And he'll TP back towards mid lane. No one not looking to waste any time.
Yeah, no one so far having a perfect game. Out pushes the lane, rotates to the bottom.
His turn to rotate, and he found a bigger target. He got ILTW, and they might even be able to get Solo. He can't get through the tree line. Mickey is blocking it nicely. The Inkswell will still do its work, and Solo underneath the tower using the stick charges. He doesn't have enough damage. Can Mickey get away in time? Yeah, he will. He'll bottle up. All the extra life is there, and there was no extra support that could arrive from Virtus.pro.
Taiga said sorry, but he's actually not sorry for taking that kill.
He's a Rubik. Rubiks need money.
Yeah, Rubik, definitely one of the heroes that you would want to have farmed on. Like, very greedy. We see that from Yopzor. You've seen that.
Oh, this is so smart as well. Mickey, he's going to jump in. They waited for the slide to come back. ILTW, he can pounce away.
5 HP.
5 HP. Woo! That is close. If he just went straight down then that lane is pretty much lost.
That was a mauling.
It's a big one. And now on the bottom lane, like Lycan left the lane, is just going for jungle, which is going to give some free time to Pangolier. He's going for Vlad's. That's going to tank them up. Vlad's on Pangolier just feels so good. Having mana regen and Swashbuckle. Like, you're in a team fight, you use Swashbuckle on 2-3 targets, suddenly you're full HP.
The Dream Winners resolution. Nice observer wards down from Team Liquid. Really watching the jungle area of Virtus.pro. They want to ensure there is no quick and easy farm to claim. And Mickey also wants to make sure he can find himself a kill. Looks like no one's just babysitting ILTW. The Lycan army's coming in. No one pounces down just to grab the regeneration rune. No easy steal for Mickey's bottle. It will remain empty for the moment. But 3 heroes committing from, almost 4 heroes committing from Team Liquid to this mid lane.
Yeah,
Mars the only one not there.
5 Slark is not working out for Virtus.pro. He's only level 4 at the moment.
Rests. He's going to go into the Rolling Thunder. Bouncing around, trying to get actually caught in on the ramp area. So he can keep that bounce back going. Controlling up Lycan's army, so it also cannot be involved. Quick swashbuckle forward. Only claimed one of the retreatings.
Very nice.
That is at least a dead Phoenix.
Mars is level 6, so they should be playing around his arena in the... Quite. He just rotated to the top lane. They want to pressure the tower. They understand that Virtus.pro, they don't have that much tower damage, so they can't really trade the tier 1 for tier 1 tower on the bottom lane.
They know they have to dive solo. If they don't do this, he'll just forever stroke the wave back and you won't get anything. So killing him underneath the tier 1 tower is achievable. And Virtus.pro seem to be very unresponsive to this. Koifa triggering Shapeshift. Combining with the Dominator, he really wants to force the issue on the tier 1 tower.
As I said, there's no tower damage. They need to bring numbers. Like, they need to have 3-4 heroes on the bottom lane, get a kill, and then secure a tower. But they use the glyph nicely to, like, glyph their creep wave and the tower on the top lane at the same time. Insania, level 5 only.
Yeah, it kind of felt smart. The arena is down from Boxy. Now no one going to trigger off the Wukong command. Also able to reach inside the arena. The Tiger. Oh, we couldn't get the throwback far enough. Unable to get the distance on no one. Now Boxy into the trees. No one's on the hunt. Gets the jump down. Resolution with a quick little swashbuckle over. So 3 heroes lost on the bottom lane. Obviously the Phoenix a little bit beforehand.
They might still try to defend the top tower. Yep. There's a TP from Monkey.
And the stun.
Man, that TP, Koikwa, what are you doing?
I am uncertain. No one was always going to be in range for the Boundless Strike, unless he could get hidden away, so maybe it was just a little optimism.
Well, that's what we call interesting. Like, he saw Monkey TPing, then he started a TP. Maybe he thought Boundless Strike was on cooldown, or that he did not have enough mana. I'm switching to Network to see the difference. 3.6k against 4.5k on Monkey. Yeah, we can see the difference on mid laners already.
Yeah, you get a 4-0-2 versus a 1-0-1. Monkey's getting so much more out of this map done. Able to clean up waves nice and quickly. Mikkei's trying to add some pressure to the tier 1 tower. Solo will have none of it. However, Tiger will have all of it. Level 3 Stroke of Fate, combining with level 3 Fate Bolt. That's every creep wave dead.
I'm a bit worried for Liquid. They're on the clock here. Like, their heroes don't really scale. Lycan at one point, he hits the peak. We still didn't see the full strength of the Lycan, of course. He has the Helm going for Necrobook. But if this game drags, like, post 40-minute mark, I don't think they can match what Virtus.pro has. Like, Slark, Monkey King, Weaver at one point will get the Aghanim Scepter. So they need to play this fast. They need to take the towers, secure the Roche. They have a very good Roche-taking lineup.
Doesn't the timing really allow for that, though? Like, that's that combination with Mars as well as Phoenix to work together. You got the 6 on Phoenix, they start establishing aggressive vision inside the Dire Jungle, and you just push. You get all your money that way, and then snowball with net worth. It's not like
this
VP
damage on Pango. As you said, Stroke of Fate, level 4 Fate Bolt. Like, it's not just the creep waves, it's a ton of magical burst damage on the heroes.
Yep. That's why it just feels so good from Liquid. Like, Tiger just needs a nice deal like that, and you've already got some magical burst damage. Like Zayek's playing the top lane, just trying to buy some extra space and time. Solo, is he out of this? Yeah, he's got the range. That's an interesting play from Insania, just to drop the Supernova onto the tier 2 tower, but to create space for Boxy and Mikkei. And Koifa, if you can find him within the army.
You can take see the tier 1 tower. He cuts Slark's HP in half. With just these 2 spells.
Yep. Now you need Inkswell. Unfortunately, he's not the full. ILTW may be forced into a Shadow Dance. Exactly what he does do. Oh, pick up throwback. Tiger. He wanted the AoE stun just to cancel the TP. Now Koifa in his own ulti form, looking for a target, running around Roshan. Everyone runs away from him, however.
He can't go for Weaver, it's very hard. Same goes for Pangolier. He needs to have a snare creep instead. Like, Centaur is good, but I would prefer to have the Troll one. Much better against the Weaver and Pangolier. Pangolier can't use any of his spells.
Anyone bring Dust? Care of Couriers? I don't know if Zayek actually saw that coming in, but oh no, the pickup. Were they baiting with that Courier? Were they actually baiting with the Courier? He doesn't have enough. The 2 generated attack damage is not enough to kill him off. Meanwhile, you will lose Boxy up on the top lane. Probably a larger kill to claim here for Virtus.pro than just losing a Weaver who's battling underneath the tier 4 tower and the Radiant base.
Liquid itemizes just for this, I'm not going to say early mid game, but, you know, Deso on the buildings combined with Lycan. You have Phoenix going for Urn of Shadows, Rubik, of course, going for Ether Lens. Surprised that Pangolier doesn't have a point in Shield Crash. Like, once you're playing against Rubik, you always need to put 1 point and use it immediately after the Rolling Thunder. Otherwise, it's the best spell Rubik can steal in this game.
Well, he's holding it for now. ILTW would like to get himself a target. Phoenix is presenting. All of Virtus.pro are coming to this bottom lane. And they go for the initial stun out from no one. The leash is there, so Phoenix, no way to escape from this. He wants Icarus dive away, and actually he's going to. Weaver, the swarm flies forward. They just were lacking a little bit of damage under the Radiant Ward and straight into Supernova. Where's that timeline? He has to get out of here, but the pin against the wall. Oh, Zayek really thought he was just going to get the easy kill and the easy out.
he didn't want to get a kill. He just wanted to force Phoenix to use ulti and time lapse after that. But nice play from Liquid. Even though they used like 2 long cooldown ultis, I don't think it matters that much. Lycan's still getting the farm. All these pieces are coming together.
Make it more.
Oh,
The
man,
taunt
this
on
is some
Tango.
sick damage.
Impossible to get into the Rolling Thunder once the Spirit comes out from Mickey.
Yeah, I forgot. I said Rolling Thunder. Yeah, it's the best spell to steal for a team fight. But having Shikuchi, I play a lot of Weaver, and I know it's really obnoxious when Rubik steals it. He can do so much, setting up the ganks from Invis.
It's no matter what you steal from Weaver, you're gonna be happy. Probably no matter what you steal from Grimstroke, you're also gonna be happy. These are one of those easy Rubik games you get to play. So all that wonderful, like 40-minute plus of Virtus.pro is nice if they can reach it. But kills like this feels like everything just continues to go the way of Team Liquid, but are Liquid pushing hard enough? Like you talked about their need to like group up and actually take a fight with Supernova going down or Boxy being dead. Like, is this momentum taking a little too long? Okay, killing Slark off. This might be nice. He's actually walking around with Sentry Wars to try and do the D-Ward mission for his team. And now he's a Shadow Dance and just TP out to safety. No more stuns available, so he will be okay. And technically this creates space for the top lane for VP to take the tier 1 tower. A little deep from Weaver. But he was on a scout mission, saw the Lycan coming in. They want to let the catapult finish the job. One more attack from that catapult and the tower will actually fall, so no one denying it from Liquid.
Well, Liquid wants to take a Roche in the next like minute, 30 seconds. They have Book 3, they have all the ultis up. So if enemy does not want to fight you, run into Roche Pit and just take it. You know, force them to fight into this. They have Alpha Wolf on top of that. They have Vlads on Mars, Deso, Void Spirit. That's a ton of damage.
Well, it's just out of range of the Dire Observer Ward, so they're coming for a kill first. Then they'll think about Roshan. Weaver's cutting the wave on the top lane. That might already make them look behind themselves, and the jump comes. It's over on Solo. Maybe not exactly the hero they want.
Yeah, you can see them picking the Roche. Not the best kills to get before you go to Roche Pit. I mean, they could have just gotten the Roche before getting that kill anyway. Roche melts. And you can see how Virtus.pro is playing right now. Weaver is just cutting the waves, buying some time. They understand how strong Liquid are right now, even though it's only 1k lead for them. But they feel much, much stronger.
As you said before, they understand their own timing. Let the game keep going, and if you can dodge the big fights from Liquid, you're going to be better. Aegis Immortal, they're going to put that hand into the hands of the Void Spirit, or it's already got his Desolator completed. Going BKB next. And sure, he can sustain during the fights. And Liquid are coming. The Necrobook's only got 15 seconds left on it, but they won't care when they walk into a Grimstroke. He's going for... Yeah, I don't know if he even gets the stun off. No, he doesn't. Dies to the spear of Boxy.
The only wave clear they have is like Pangolier using Swashbuckle and Grimstroke.
Tiger?
But the Grimstroke died.
God, he's going to steal Wukong. Oh no, he's still Dark Pact. Slark, okay, realizes the arena is coming. Cannot stand inside of that one. So Rubik dies in the bottom lane to the gank up by the 2 cores. And they force Boxy to come down here and burn the arena of blood.
Virtus.pro is doing a good job just trying to delay. You could see they were cutting the waves. They're trying to make a rotation on the bottom part of the map. Just delay it as much as you can.
Well, they're going to find a target, Boxy. It's going to come in range of the Observer Ward. There's so much information. Boxy, they're all there. Dead for 36 seconds. Mickey, not lucky not to get caught by the swarm. Oh, as you know, Virtus.pro would have just turned their attention towards that poor little Void Spirit. But they'll send the Lycan up. Necro books are out. And Weaver moves as quick as he possibly can, but the Remnant, perfect position from Mickey. Seeing Zayak run into the tree line. And VP back up once again.
Interesting itemization from ILTW this game. Echo Saber and going for Heaven's Halberd. They just want to be able to disarm the Lycan. They understand where the threat comes from. And if they can survive through that mid peak, when Lycan is the strongest, I think they're going to be okay.
I like how it's also another answer to the Phoenix Egg. Just get in there quickly with the Weaver, get rid of the egg so they can get back up and fight. Monkey King, he won't be able to get back up from this one. No level of mischief use would get no one away from Mickey, who now takes the 505 gold for the 4-time kill streak.
I still feel like we need to have more gold on the map. These kills, it's really not worth going for a kill sometimes. You get much more from killing a creep wave and one side camp.
I suppose just pick Alchemist and you'll have more gold.
True, just buy Hand of Midas, lol.
And Ogre, hi!
Yeah, Midas is a dead item.
Grimstroke. Getting initiated on by Mickey, but he'll get some extra distance. They're doing a really good job of pulling the wave off. And one range catapult still alive, however, so Liquid getting the right time to push. I love how Slark's just not looking to get involved. Just wants to finish up his items, doesn't care about the harassment. He knows he can escape. Because what stuns does Liquid really have? You can throw a spear. But what else controls a late game Slark?
Nothing. That's the problem. One of the reasons why Virtus.pro is playing like they're playing right now.
Mm-hmm. And if you can't control him, and Zai is then able to complete up an Aghanim Scepter on this support Weaver, you've got a huge save of whatever target Liquid goes on to. Hell, maybe Solo can even stop dying at that point.
Yeah, Solo only 4 deaths.
Yeah, it's actually quite low for him, right?
Yeah, it is, because usually he's the one fishing for any kind of information on the map, trying to see where they are, taking the ganks for his team, using buybacks early on.
That's an interesting move from Weaver. I want to get the hell out of there. Yep, time lapse as quick as you can before there's a remnant to control you. The Scout's out to Resolution knows to back up too. So everything has a purpose from VP. But the advantage still goes the way of Team Liquid. Just shy of 4,000 in the net worth, even though experience actually is there for Virtus.pro. About 800 their advantage.
We see this more often. Like teams smoking when the Aegis is gonna expire, 30 seconds until it's gone. And like you don't want to smoke straight away, you want to smoke like 45 to a minute before. Try to grab a kill, fight, ignore the hero that has Aegis and...
Rubik. They got the silence on him because he had his own Boundless trying to get that nice AoE stun. 4 hits on the Jingu. And the Arena. Alright, Boxy wants a piece of this. There's no time lapse available from the Weaver, but he'll just hide inside of Shikuchi. And big ulti to be burned. And nothing really, Actually, BK beats up from Monkey King. Aegis Immortal just timed out. As they battle around the outpost, setting up Pango for a quick jump forward. He's not in range for anyone to get hit by the Inkswell. Rubik now buys back, trying to battle underneath their own outpost. As Pango, he's pinned to the tree. Real issues for Resolution. He just can't survive. The rest of Virtus.pro began their retreat even before Resolution died. Slark having some problems looking for a quick little jump away. Yes, back to the tier 1 tower, so they'll be okay.
Slark is always having problems this game. He's just tanking up. Like, which talent did he go for? Attack speed, 9 strength. At one point, you're gonna need to get like damage items to scale.
Mm-hmm.
Right
now,
at
one point he'll need to get 30. So that's probably what he'll need.
Lycan is still very strong. Like, you don't necessarily need to try to finish the game with the first Roche. You want to build up the advantage, control the map, and it's easy to control the map with the Lycan. You have Necrobooks, you're going to be getting rid of the vision from the enemy, scouting things out with the Wolves. So the only way pretty much for Virtus.pro to make a rotation right now is with a smoke. And no one's been quiet, I would say. Yeah. Even though he's involved in 11 out of 11 kills. What? If there's no one... If he's not there, like, they're not getting a kill, and they just smoke.
Yep. You got what you asked for. Smoke it up. They got the BKB from Monkey King. He didn't burn it in that last fight. Send him up. I think it's time for an Inkswell as the target over towards Lycan. The leash is out, and Slark will get the chain control. Lycan, no shapeshift. Nothing to really help him out. Even the Boundless Strike almost clipping through, but Mickey, man, his double damage just destroyed Solo, and now Tiger will come in to join too. Looking for the disarm with a quick little swashbuckle forward. And Wukong's command, BKB, in for Monkey King, but he can't hold anybody in there with him. Phoenix in the back lines, lets the ulti out. Have they got enough damage? Pango's actually trapped inside of his own skin, so he couldn't help out, so Zai just gets pushed back onto the outside of the arena. The Spear of Mars connects. That's a little unfortunate.
I mean, Virtus.pro got the perfect target. They killed the Lycan. He did not have the book nor the shapeshift ready, but then they lost 2 heroes. It's really not worth it for Virtus.pro, I would say. Lycan still very, very strong. Level 15. He decided to skip the level 10 talent. If you don't know, you can skip the talents and you just, if your level 10 talents are garbage, so you just get the level 15 one instead. Next Roche.
Without actually he was sitting at 6+20. That was pretty easy. Why would you need the armor talent or plus 15 damage on top of your 132 plus 139? So yeah, garbage. Goodbye Grimstroke once again, solo. Bottom lane is where VP is trying to set up their own gank, but there is an Observer Sentry combination. And I was watching no one's positioning. Tiger, my god, this feels like such heavy bait. The disarm is there on Rubik, of all people, and now maybe no one has to BKB, but Tiger on 56 HP runs up the hill, away from Resolution's Rolling Thunder. No one's TP out to safety, will not be completed, and Pango is in the same boat. Can they help him out? No, all they can do is just die with him. And Zayak, underneath the Observer and Sentry, Liquid playing with vision. Not only do they get the upper hand, they'll take the tier 2 tower on top lane as well. Oh, okay, maybe Fortification and Weaver arriving may slow this down.
They definitely need this Weaver Eggs. Liquid, very limited on the burst damage. Like, there's not a single spell that can take you down to like 50% HP. Roche spawned, so cheese and Aegis.
Okay. Hi solo, bye solo. 0 for 8 onto him. This Observer Sentry Ward that was planted down. I don't think ILTW really cottoned onto it.
Well, I praised Mika's Void Spirit when the game started. He did not die this game, which is pretty impressive. And I said it's a free Void Spirit game. They don't have enough lockdown. Like Boundless Strike, you have silence from the Grimstroke, but he's way too far right now, and he is the crowd control with the 2 charges of that silence.
And they're going to give him the Aegis, the Immortal. Then again, there is both Aegis and Cheese to separate. This is 28 minutes in, second Roshan. So yep, Aegis goes to Mikke. Don't want to give it to the Shapeshift target. Give him Cheese. As Virtus.pro just try and continue their late game farm. We've moved off Skade for ILTW. Going for Satanic. Any kind of sustain for him. A Monkey. No one doesn't even have an item in his quick buy.
I think Spark's overthinking with this item build. It's just way too non-aggressive, I would say. Like, he's just thinking about defense, but who's gonna deal the damage?
That's just the game plan, right? Like this is a team that plays with techies. They see the 50-minute game and the time you can reach with that. And if Liquid can't push high ground, like, the VP still have that late game?
I thought they were going to be matched up better in the mid game. Right now, they're still cutting the creep waves with the Slark, with Pango. Weaver also doing the same thing.
They got the Spark gank out.
Yep.
Maybe Liquid can find someone. Radiant Scan won't hit anything. Resolution's nearby, but I think he feels something is wrong. He might even get himself a courier kill. If the timing is right. Yep, number 1. Number 2. Goodbye, Insanious Courier. And Pango, Resolution, get the hell out of there. Boxy's right behind you, but he still wants to try and creep skip here into the Rolling Thunder, but the spear perfectly onto the tower. And that's got to be the 3rd time this game I've seen Boxy just cancel Resolution's Rolling Thunder.
So far, so good from Boxy. He might even, join the Olympics for the spear throwing.
The hunt of Zayak. He's got spider legs on this Weaver. You don't catch him out. On bottom lane, Slark picked up, needs to get that Shadow Dance off right now if he's going to be able to survive. Assimilate, have they got some damage onto Slark? ILTW continues to hit into Boxy. Solo goes for the Soul Bind, but there is no follow-up with that.
Solo bind for what?
Yeah,
Like they literally
is
have nothing to throw inside the Soul Bind, which I really dislike. Grimstroke as a hero right now, I think it's perfectly balanced. Like the way he was when he was first introduced to Dota, my god. Like I think he had 80% slow on the ulti. Now spider legs on Weaver makes a lot of sense to me. We're just going with the memes.
Yeah. Makes him so versatile just playing the sideline too. And LTW continues his farm. Still sticking with Scotty. Smoke up. Qualifiers going to be close by. They just get their first stun off. They need the extra control. Wukong's command as well. They commit everything. The Rolling Thunder actually stunning Insania. He probably wanted to help out a little bit more, but hey, every fight begins the same way. Solo going down, and Mickey wants a little bit more. No one wants to stand his ground inside the Wukong's command, but now Tiger has actually stolen it. The level 3 Wukong's command. No one BKB, but that won't save him from all the damage that Mickey does. 2 heroes down for Virtus.pro. The arena is going to work as well on Slark. He's pushed down into the river, onto the wall, and into the graveyard.
LTW is not having a game. I gotta say, I really dislike the item build that he's going for. He's just overthinking. They have ways of disarming them with swashbuckle, mischance, like you get from Heaven's Halberd. I just don't... Even though it's probably one of the best, my favorite top 3 items in this patch, I still don't think it's that great on Slark.
Alright, Resolution, you can get this courier. No, he doesn't want it. He wants the creep wave instead. Just slow down the push. Aghanim Scepter is now completed on Zayak. He'll have to TP home as well. He hasn't left the top lane. In fact, it looks like they're going to give up their mid-tier 3. Resolution's now arrived, but nothing stopping this push from Team Liquid. And they'll move towards the top. The tier 2 tower was already taken. A quick blink away from Resolution, but Solo. Come on, man. It's so hard. Mickey's got his number, 1407. And I guarantee you the 10 deaths of Solo have actually been out of the 14 of Mickey. It's been rough. Somehow they keep their melee ranks alive on 234 HP. And you wish you had a repair kit, but they didn't. In fact, it was Liquid who got that drop.
Aegis will expire right now. Man, Mickey is having such a great time. BKB, Aghanim Scepter. I love the build on him. Like, straight assassination build. And then you have this crowd control with Aghanims and gets a defensive item. Usually you see, like, either a Yule Scepter, but I didn't see many of the core Void Spirit players buying BKB. I'm really liking it.
Don't do it, Rez. Don't do it, Rez. Blinks away as quickly. The trap was being prepared by Liquid, and I think he knew it too. The pressure is coming once again from Liquid. Turning their attention towards the mid. Let's let the army do the push instead. They may actually want to wait. Insania needs another 60 gold, and he's got a full Shiva's Guard completed.
I don't know where Insania is getting the gold from. They had Philosopher's Stone, but Rubik is the one who's keeping it. Has some shady thing going on. You know, Rubik sending the gold to Phoenix.
Maybe they share it, you know, just pass it around. He had the first 15 minutes. Actually, it wouldn't be that. It's not on the field for that long.
We still have not seen Weaver with Ags, like time-lapse being used in a team fight. What's Slark damage? 160. Like, he has a double hit, he has a slow, reducing...
Oh, Resolution initiated on once again. This time via Weaver time-lapse. Pangolier is dropping low, but Slark is the one who needs the help, and they will get him out. Soulbind going to work as a pounce out from ILTW. Retreats back from the arena, as well as the Supernova. All the big abilities of Liquid being triggered, and Resolution wants to go for another Blink Rolling Thunder. That's pretty deep. That's pretty damn deep. Liquid coming to the tier 4 towers. They pin Grimstroke up against the wall. He'll go down, but the Wukong's command from no one. It's a great position for him to continue to fight. If they can keep Liquid in it, they're on the edge, and now they have to come back out of it. The Yosef just don't let him retreat. Pangolier will buy back as quick as he can as Zayak keeping the fight going. He'll catch out Tiger in the back lines. No, he won't. Shikuchi away. That's better. And the stun ray turns on from Insania. Everybody lost their sunblock. They needed some extra protection from this one. Pango will have a dive back. 3 heroes dead. In fact, GG, well played, comes out from Virtus.pro. They were hoping for a 40-minute victory or something plus that. Liquid doesn't let them get there. 35 minutes in, Liquid take game 1 against VP.
I'd really like to talk about